Listen, everybody wants to level up. Everybody wants the big house, the nice car, the applause, the recognition, but nobody's talking about gratitude. Nobody's talking about the small act that shifts the entire mindset. Gratitude isn't about being soft. It's about being strong enough to see blessings in the middle of the battle. When you wake up in the morning, before you check your phone, before you scroll through the noise, just stop and thank God, thank the universe for another shot, another breath, another opportunity to make today count. That moment right there, that's your power switch. Gratitude changes your frequency. It attracts progress. It aligns your heart with your hustle. Some of you can't feel peace because you're chasing what's next instead of appreciating what's now. You're praying for the next level, but you haven't even said thank you for the one you're standing on. How can you expect the door to open when you never honor the room you're in? Let me tell you something. Gratitude is a weapon. When life hits you, when people doubt you, when plans fall apart, gratitude says, I'm still standing in. I've been through worse and I'm still breathing. Gratitude says, I may not be where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be. Every day, make it a habit to count your blessings before you count your problems. Because problems will scream for your attention, but gratitude will whisper peace into your soul. You got to listen to that whisper. You got to train yourself to see light when everything looks dark. You know what separates the great from the average? It's not just discipline, it's appreciation. The great ones appreciate the grind. They appreciate the nights they didn't sleep, the pain they endured, the lessons they learned, because they know all of it was necessary. Gratitude turns pain into purpose. So when you wake up tomorrow, stop rushing through the morning. Take 60 seconds, just 1 minute, and say thank you. Thank you for the roof over my head. Thank you for another chance to chase it. Thank you for the lessons that shaped me, even the hard ones. Because when gratitude becomes your habit, peace becomes your lifestyle. And when peace becomes your lifestyle, success becomes your natural state. The small act of gratitude creates the big impact on your life. So today, start that habit. Don't wait for something amazing to happen. Start now. Be grateful before the breakthrough, because the one who's thankful on the journey is the one who's ready for the destination. Gratitude is not weakness, it's power. Most people misunderstand it. They think it's about being polite, saying thank you when something goes right, or pretending to be happy when life is falling apart. But real gratitude isn't about pretending, it's about perceiving. It's a mindset that can transform every situation, no matter how heavy it feels. Gratitude is the quiet strength that keeps you grounded when everything around you tries to shake you. It's the difference between people who break under pressure and people who bend, learn, and bounce back stronger. When you start to live with gratitude, you stop chasing every little thing you don't have, and you start realizing just how much you've already been given. You see, the world is loud about what you're missing, what you don't own, where you haven't been, who you're not yet. But gratitude silences that noise. It shifts your focus. It reminds you that your life is already filled with blessings, even if they don't come wrapped in gold. Gratitude doesn't mean settling. It doesn't mean you stop wanting more. It means you stop being blind to what's already there. Every time you say thank you, you're training your spirit. You're reprogramming your mind to look for opportunity instead of obstacle. When life hits you, gratitude doesn't let you stay down. It whispers, you've been through worse. It tells you this is temporary. It says, remember when you thought you wouldn't make it, but you did. Gratitude turns pain into perspective. It doesn't erase the storm. It helps you see the lesson inside it. It reminds you that growth always comes through struggle, and struggle is proof you're still fighting. Some people wait for everything to go right before they practice gratitude. They wait until the money shows up, the job comes through, or the relationship gets better. But gratitude doesn't work that way. It's not something you find at the finish line. It's what gets you to the finish line. If you can be thankful when you're broke, when you're tired, when the dream feels far away, that's power. Because gratitude in the dark gives you light to see your next step. You don't need the whole plan. You just need enough light to keep moving. You want to know why gratitude is power? Because it shifts your energy. It's impossible to be grateful and bitter at the same time. It's impossible to complain and give thanks in the same breath. Gratitude starves negativity. It makes fear lose its grip. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, you attract more of what you want. The universe, God, energy, whatever you call it, it responds to appreciation. When you appreciate your blessings, they multiply. When you ignore them, they fade. Think about it. Every person you've ever admired, every great leader, every true success story, they didn't rise because everything went right. They rose because they learned to find meaning in everything that went wrong. They turned pain into power, disappointment into discipline, and failure into faith. That's gratitude in action. Gratitude says, even when it's hard, I'm still thankful for the chance to learn. Gratitude keeps you humble when you win and hopeful when you lose. You might not have the life you want right now, but you have life, and that's enough to start. You might not have the resources yet, but you have resourcefulness. You might not have everything figured out, but you have the ability to keep trying. Gratitude recognizes that it's not blind to pain, but it's brave enough to look beyond it. It says, this moment might hurt, but I still have something to fight for. And when you think like that, nothing can stop you. Gratitude also changes how you treat people. When you're grateful, you see others differently. You stop comparing. You stop resenting. You start appreciating. You realize that everyone's fighting a battle you can't see. And gratitude gives you compassion. It makes you kinder. It makes you listen more. It softens your ego and strengthens your heart. Gratitude makes you better not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. And here's the truth. Gratitude isn't just about the big things. It's about the small ones, the quiet moments, the simple wins, the breath over your lungs, the roof over your head, the people who still believe in you when you stop believing in yourself. Gratitude is found in the morning light. The laughter you share, the lesson that came from a mistake. You don't need a miracle to be thankful. Sometimes you just need to open your eyes. The reason so many people feel stuck isn't because they don't have enough. It's because they don't recognize what they already have. Gratitude unlocks that. It reminds you that you already possess the strength, the will, the faith to take the next step. It gives you courage to keep going even when the road feels endless. Because when you're thankful, you stop fighting against life. You start working with it. Gratitude is not weakness. It's armor. It doesn't make you soft. It makes you unshakable. When others see loss, you see lessons. When others see failure, you see feedback. When others see problems, you see preparation. Gratitude transforms your vision. It doesn't change the situation. It changes you. And when you change, everything else follows. So every morning before you rush into the chaos of, take a moment to pause, breathe, acknowledge what's still good, what's still here, what's still possible. That simple act will anchor you. It'll keep you from getting swept up in the noise. Gratitude keeps you connected to your purpose when distractions try to pull you away. Remember this, gratitude isn't a feeling, it's a choice. You won't always feel thankful. You'll have days where nothing seems to go right, where you question why you're even trying. But that's when gratitude matters most. Choosing gratitude in pain, in loss, in uncertainty, that's where your strength is built. That's where your faith grows. Gratitude is not for the easy days, it's for the days that test you. Because when you can still say thank you in the middle of the storm, you've already won half the battle. You've proven that your spirit can't be broken. You've proven that you can find light in dark. And that right there is the foundation of greatness. Gratitude is not weakness, it's power. It's the power to stay calm when others panic, to stay hopeful when others quit, and to stay grounded when the world shakes. Gratitude doesn't make life easier. It makes you stronger. It turns frustration into fuel, pressure into perspective, and struggle into strength. Gratitude doesn't just change how you feel. It changes how you fight. And when you fight from a place of gratitude, you don't just survive, you rise. Success without gratitude is empty success. You can have all the money, all the titles, all the recognition. But if you lose gratitude along the way, you lose yourself. Because gratitude is what keeps your success real. It's what keeps your wins grounded in purpose instead of ego. Without it, you'll start chasing approval instead of meaning competition instead of contribution. You'll hit goals that no longer fulfill you. You'll climb mountains that don't even matter. Gratitude is what keeps your soul in the game when the spotlight fades and the noise dies down. Gratitude reminds you that success is not owed. It's earned. Every opportunity, every person who believed in you, every door that opened, every failure that taught you something, it all came together to build who you are today. Gratitude makes you look back and say, I didn't get here alone. It reminds you to appreciate the hands that lifted you, the voices that encouraged you, even the pain that pushed you. Because without those moments, without those people, without those struggles, you wouldn't be standing where you are. Gratitude gives your success roots. It keeps you from becoming so high that you forget the ground that raised you. There's something dangerous about ungrateful success. It blinds you. It makes you believe you're untouchable. It whispers you did it all yourself. And that's the moment your downfall begins. Because the same hunger that helped you rise gets replaced by pride. And pride kills growth. Gratitude, though, keeps you humble. It reminds you that success is temporary if you don't continue to appreciate the process. The same grind that took you to the top can take you back to the bottom if you forget what fueled it. Thankfulness, discipline, and respect for the journey. When you live in gratitude, every small thing becomes a victory. You don't need to wait for massive wins to celebrate. You start to value the quiet mornings, the small breakthroughs, the people who show up consistently. You start realizing that life isn't just about reaching the destination. It's about honoring the road that takes you there. Gratitude turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. It transforms a simple day into a miracle, a lesson into a blessing, a delay into divine timing. That's what real success looks like, not just achieving, but appreciating. Some people believe gratitude makes you soft, but it's the opposite. Gratitude makes you sharper. It keeps you alert to what matters. When you're thankful, you move with clarity. You make decisions that align with your purpose, not your pride. Gratitude gives you perspective when success tries to blind you. Because success can be loud. It can drown out your why. It can make you forget the long nights, the rejection, the hustle that shaped you. Gratitude keeps your heart aligned with your mission. It reminds you why you started. Gratitude also changes how you handle setbacks. When things fall apart, ungrateful people panic, but grateful people pause. They look for the lesson. They understand that every loss carries wisdom, that every closed door is redirecting them somewhere greater. Gratitude helps you recover faster, not because it takes away pain, but because it gives pain meaning. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this trying to teach me? That's how gratitude transforms your mindset. It takes you from victim to visionary. True gratitude doesn't just show up when you win. It shows up when you lose, when you're tired, when you're stretched thin. It shows up when you're still climbing, not when you've already made it. Gratitude is a daily habit, not an occasional response. It's built in the small acts, thanking your team, recognizing the effort, acknowledging your blessings before bed, taking a moment to breathe, appreciate life as it is. The ones who practice gratitude every day are the ones who stay balanced no matter how high they climb. Gratitude also influences your relationships. Success without gratitude breeds arrogance, and arrogance pushes people away. You start thinking you're above others, and that attitude isolates you. But success with gratitude builds connection. It draws people toward you Because grateful people don't take others for granted. They lift others up. They give credit. They show appreciation. Gratitude makes you magnetic. People can feel it. They can sense when you lead from the heart and not from ego. You see, gratitude isn't just good for your spirit. It's good for your success. It opens doors that skill alone can't. It creates trust, loyalty, and respect. People will work harder for someone who appreciates them than for someone who only demands results. Gratitude builds culture, community, and consistency. It's not just a nice word. It's a leadership tool. It turns success from a solo act into a shared victory. Even beyond relationships, gratitude shapes how you see the future. When you're ungrateful, you live in scarcity. You always feel like you're behind, like you're not enough. But when you're grateful, you live in abundance. You start to realize that success isn't something you chase. It's something you grow into. Gratitude tells you, I already have what I need to create more. That belief fuels creativity, confidence, and momentum. And here's the truth. Gratitude doesn't mean you stop striving. It means you stop striving blindly. You still chase excellence, but with peace instead of pressure. You still aim high, but you enjoy the climb. Gratitude gives you joy in the process. It removes the desperation that comes from trying to prove yourself and replaces it with inspiration to express yourself. You start doing things not for validation, but for purpose. Without gratitude, success feels heavy. It becomes an endless race with no finish line. You keep running, but never feel satisfied. But with gratitude, you can breathe. You can pause and say, I'm thankful for where I am and excited for what's next. Gratitude allows you to be content without becoming complacent. It lets you celebrate your progress while still hungering for growth. That balance, that peace in progress is a real definition of success. When you live in gratitude, you stop counting your possessions and start counting your blessings. You stop measuring success by what you own and start measuring it by how you grow, how you give, how you love. Because at the end of it all, success without gratitude fades, but success with gratitude lasts. Gratitude gives your legacy meaning. It ensures that when people remember you, they remember not just what you achieved, but who you were while achieving it. So keep your gratitude close. Don't let the noise of achievement drown out the voice of appreciation. Every time you hit a new level, stop and say thank you for the grind, for the people, for the lessons, because gratitude doesn't just make your life better. It makes your success worth it. Without gratitude, you might reach the top, but you'll feel empty when you get there. With gratitude, every step, every climb, every win will fill your soul as much as it fills your story.